On 29th July 1966, there was a military coup d'etat. The coup was planned and executed by northerners in the army. The coup was very bloody and very many Igbo in the army were killed. It was planned to revenge the coup of January 1966 in which several northerners were killed. In retaliation, the massacre of the Igbos in the north and west on 29th July 1966 made Igbos feel insecure. Lieutenant Colonel Ojukwu, who was the military governor of Eastern region, called upon Igbos in all parts of Nigeria to return home. Ojukwu made great propaganda about the Igbo massacre and called upon Igbos to rise to defend themselves against what he called the Nigerian Vandals. The preparation of Eastern region by Ojukwu towards secession made Western region threaten to secede of Igbos if Igbos did. This made federal military governments under Gowon to act quickly before it was too late. Right from this period, Igbo nations have been battling to head important key positions in Nigeria political scene. The fact is, the unity of Nigeria under the present circumstances in which a region is marginalized is not guaranteed. The opinion of the former military head of state, General Gowon, through a former deputy Central Bank of Nigeria, Governor Obadiah Malafia, that Igbos was marginalized was nothing but the truth. Since Agu Ironsi and Nnamdi Azikiwe regime till now, no Igbo had ever occupied key sensitive political positions, most especially the position of the head of state. This shows that the incidents of first military coup and Nigerian civil war is still much more afresh in the mind of the northern leaders. Furthermore, improper application of the federal character principle is affecting Nigerians at all levels. The worst of all are Igbos. The question is, how long can we continue like this? Can nations grow in division? Can Igbos be trusted with sensitive positions like a presidential seat, most especially with their recent agitation to secede from Nigeria? These are big questions. Now, the case now is federal character principle is not applicable to Igbo in Nigeria. That is what is bringing this story because of what happened before. Then, if you feel that they are not trusted, then why you blocking them from being their own, for them to be on their own? Why are you avoiding them? Why are you depriving them? What's the big deal there? This thing is really is a tough one. It's a tough one. And it's unfortunate that it's only Nnamdi Kanu that is really fighting this thing, as in being bold to come. I know a lot of and the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is succeeding or is gaining ground is because he has a lot of people. Because of course he can't do it alone. We have many people who are supporting him. Large numbers of people are supporting him. That is why he's gaining ground. You are hearing Biafra now and then. Because one thing is that, in as much, there's a journalist, a British journalist, who tried to expose what the British people did as at that time. If we are to go by with what the man narrated and with what people have been talking about, nothing is going to change. That, okay, there is going to be equity and fairness in this country as far as Igbos are concerned. We know that a lot of other people too are being marginalized, but it's just obvious when it comes to the Igbos. And the reason being that because of what happened before, they cannot be trusted. And if they cannot be trusted, what are you doing with them? Why are you holding them? No, 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 no. And that's why they said they cannot be slaves. They are saying no to that they cannot be slaves to anybody. And that's why, of course, even as we are encouraging Nnamdi Kanu to tone down the way he talks, not even insulting people, you can still pass your message to people and they will still get it, because that is what they will want to be clinging on, which is neither here nor there. And that's why you see him, he talks the way he talks, because he believes that people who do not have your interests at heart, and you want to be politically correct, and you want to be diplomatic about them, saying all of those. But in as much that is going on, you should just say no, try to tamper his anger, to cool down his anger and be able to pass the message. So in as much this thing is going on, these things are going on, it's going to continue like that. And the best thing is that if you don't feel, or if we don't feel welcomed, then what are we doing with you? Then why are you depriving us from going our own way? The reason why I said Nnamdi Kanu is the one doing this alone. If we could have forces, strong forces, who are the strong forces? The so-called people that they have given little positions. Oh, just be heading it. But when it comes to sensitive position, no, you cannot be there. But in as much we are even talking about whether anyone is coming from any whatever, if there is good governance, of course, ordinarily all of these things wouldn't have been cropping up. No good governance, no fairness, no equity, and you expect people to stay back. It's not going to work. They can come out and tell you all manner of things, but as we speak, Obasanjo was there. Obasanjo is the Yoruba person. Yaradua too was there. Yaradua is from the north. Goodluck Jonathan was there. Okay, you can say because he's from the south. But what about Obasanjo? Because if you want to say south, south, southeast, it's just a way of trying to separate them. Because if you look them, they are interwoven. But the issue of the case of Yaradua and Obasanjo, they were there. This whole thing of Biafra was not as strong as this. The division then, cannot be compared to what we are having now. But as soon as this present government came up, the one that is led by the President Buhari, that is where everything is just going upside down. Okay, now if you talk about the Igbos, that because of whatever you think about what is happening, or whatever that is happening to them, or from their own angle, how do you now justify the issue of Esme that all over the place? So is it Nnamdi Kanu that is causing the whole thing, or is it because of Nnamdi Kanu that they are entering the southwest, they are entering all over the place, even in the same north, that these people who are called Esme committing all these atrocities? Is it Nnamdi that caused it as well? So since a lot of things have been going on since President Muhammadu Buhari came on board, a lot of things, through his speech, through his statement, through his utterances from the beginning, it aggravated this whole thing. I think, they've been allowing sleeping dog to lie, but all of a sudden he just woke the sleeping dog up, and people were like, oh, when Goodluck Jonathan was there, oh, these people are not talking of a Biafra. Oh, it's not gathering momentum as at that time, because like I gave you instances of Obasanjo, Yaradua. Those people, they were trying to bring everybody together. But with this man's statement, it's just something else. So if this whole thing is going to continue like this, nobody's going to stay back. Nobody want to continue with, oh, let's be patching, oh, let's be diplomatic. Because at the end of the day, even if you give an Igbo man the presidency, will that solve the Nigerian problem in the first place? Will it solve Nigerian problem? It will not solve the Nigerian problem. So the whole problem is just even complicated, but everybody just trying to like, okay, this is where it concerns me, let me deal with it. Other people will say, oh, this is how it concerns me, let me deal with it. So, but with the story on ground, the news on ground now is that federal character principle is not applicable to Igbo in Nigeria, and that's just the way it is, and they've been playing all manner of politics with it. Okay. If Igbos cannot occupy exalted positions in Nigeria, then we should let them go and have their country. This is equity, natural justice, and good conscience. If not one, we will pay dearly for it. That's what somebody says here. Such a nice comment. God bless you. Oh, that is it. Amen. The Igbos have tested and trusted themselves in all conditions and terrain. No further test is needed to ascertain our resolve as a people. We are fully determined to divorce ourselves from this blood-sucking marriage. When was Igbo launched in Nigeria? Just 2012. So from 1970 to 2012, 42 solid years was not enough to rest of Nigeria to integrate Igbos back. Sound unreasonable. Time wait for no one. And someone says, we Igbos have bounced back. The only thing left for us is to hit back. And when we do, we'll be hit harder, harder. Take it or leave it. Who are truly Nigerians? Are they the ones living everywhere in Nigeria or the only ones living in their secular area? Among two, who can you trust power to govern their area and including other areas? I'm speaking the mind of majority of our people in Biafra land. 98% of Igbo are not interested in having an Igbo president except of the few bribed politicians amongst us, even though we really know that an Igbo president will be far better in nation building by helping God's given wisdom to the affairs of Nigeria. The Bible says that the wisdom is profitable, and Igbo man will go for the best individual irrespective of tribes or ethnics because he hates mediocrity. Even an ordinary Amajiri in the streets of Kano can attest to that. Biafra the Ayin Nobi. Okay, Biafra the Ayin Nobi. Okay, Biafra is in our mind. That is what we are talking about. That is what we have in mind, not this presidency, and that's what this person is trying to say. Biafra the Ayin Nobi. Okay, we don't need your trust. Let us go. We can't operate under these people that do not know their left from their right. They are in darkness trying to lead the light. Igbos are not Yorubas that have many educated people but an illiterate like Tinubu is their leader. Please don't trust Igbo. Indigo is of no use. We are not Nigerians. Keep your satanic kingdom. If you reject Igbo in Nigeria, certainly you cannot reject them in Biafra, their homeland. Nigeria has become an estate of politicians where they share positions and allot portfolios and patronage according to praise singing to the detriment of the nation building. Those are keywords there. Those are really keywords. So guys, let us hear your opinion. What you think that a federal character principle is not applicable to Igbos in Nigeria, then what are they waiting for? Then why are you keeping them? Why are you just for them to be doing what for you to be controlling them? It's not going to happen. And they said that is not what they are interested in. They are not interested in that. Leave your comment below and let's have your take on this.